So as of lately, there's this podcaster, and he's also on the radio station on Power 106 out of Los Angeles. His name is American Cholo. He's a Mexican-American host here. And American Cholo has been coming up in the circles now because of his disrespectful comments toward Black Americans. And how we all found out about him is that a record called Ay Caramba. And in that video, it was more so like a parody video. And he wasn't really doing something I feel was disrespectful to the Mexican community. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny how somebody black can take their culture and make it hot. And then every time a black person do it, they get upset. Not all, but I'm talking about some get upset. And then there was another sister that was singing their music, singing it beautifully. And they was mad about that too. It wasn't that the sister didn't sound good. It wasn't that she was disrespecting the culture or the music. They was just mad that she was doing it. So it's okay for everybody to copy our culture and copy black men, copy black women. That's fine. But when it's time to start copying or even paying homage to somebody else's culture, all of a sudden everybody get mad. I really believe what it is, y'all, is that anything we touch, we make it hot. And things that they should be doing in their own culture, because who's stopping them from doing things within their culture? You understand what I'm saying? Who's stopping them? Nobody's stopping them at all. But yet they feel like let's gatekeep our culture, but let's go on and try to take from Black American culture. See this, situation when Black Americans are kind of just cutting the strings away from all groups, away from us, and starting to gatekeep our culture and all of that. That's actually pretty good now that we're doing that, because we're seeing that after all these years that we have fought hard for other groups, these other groups have this contempt and disrespect toward Black Americans when we were the ones up here fighting for them. Now, recently, I just made a video about this other dude who's a Hispanic, talking about how the parents talk to them not to be friends with black people. And I go into a diatribe about that. And I'll put that video up on the Black Congregation as well. And y'all can hear that in its entirety. But Jesse Jackson back in 1984 did a protest for them on the U.S.-Mexico border, because they felt they weren't going to get jobs if that bill would have came out, the Simpson-Mazzoli bill. They was afraid about that. Now, that had nothing to do with black folk. We're not the one trying to immigrate over here. You know what I'm saying? So you got people like Jesse Jackson and other leaders, Minister Farrakhan and others spoke up for them for a long time, saying black and brown, black and brown, black and brown. And then you fast forward to 2022, there was no such thing as a quote unquote black or brown coalition. But I told people the reason why there's no black or brown coalition is because brown don't even want to be labeled brown. They are classifying themselves as white, because we live in a time period where you can say who you are. Now, those people, if they was, wanted to say, no, they want to stick to what the originals should be, they should say, oh no, I'm labeled as Native American, indigenous. I am not, nothing to do with no freaking white. I ain't white. And then people that done my people wrong, why the hell would I say I'm white? And I'm not saying all do that, but we have to just keep it 100. If you ask the rank and file, let's say, well, what do you put down on your paperwork when it comes to race? What do you put down? Oh, I have to put white. No, you don't. That's a lie. You do not have to put white. You sure not putting black. But when it's time to get some black set-asides, oh, you ready for getting black people's conversation then? Oh, hey, I got a black grandma, great grandfather. Hey, look at them. I mean, shoot, they got a afro like Colin Kaepernick. Look, see, this is a picture right here. Okay, so why don't you claim black then? Why don't you claim black? If that's your grandma, that's your grandpa, that's all you people right there that's black, got big afros. Why you ain't claiming black? Why you over here trying to claim white? Why you taking white talking points? So I'm going to go through this video from 2 years ago. About YG. He talked about him, right? And YG is the one did a song called F Donald Trump, right? Speaking up more so for them. That's my thing. He didn't make that song for us because Trump didn't do us nothing. Trump didn't talk about he's going to deport us. But we're going to play this, and I want you to hear the jealousy in these guys, because that's the stem of it is jealousy. That's where it comes from. But let's go.
Over here. So other than that, let's keep it rolling. YG can do that because the African American community has
to do whatever they want, and nobody's gonna give them a problem.
Wait! Stop getting so racist so quick.
I'm not being racist.
See, he even knew that he being racist, right? And it's just straight jealousy. Oh, black people can do whatever they want.
The African American community has got the gear of the media and of the appalled and of even white people, even young Mexican American kids, when I say that, I mean all Latino kids, all behind them. They've got.
See, right there is where the thick of it is at. Their children is following us. They following our culture, what we do. You understand what I'm saying? They're not following his culture. They're not following what he do. He has no voice in the Mexican community. None. He's a piece of crap. And that's what burns his bridge right there, is that he has no voice in his community and the children in his community following Black America. That's a lot of it too. Well, let's continue.
Got that gear already with them, so when they get offended, everybody else starts getting offended, and they start fucking acting like they're victims or this. And I'm not talking about the majority. I'm talking about a few individuals, but they have a lot of influence in the media. That's when somebody was saying on the comments on when we did the one on some Hollywood stuff, and they were saying, well, why do you care about music and Hollywood? This, because that's the influence. That's the influence that makes other fucking,
exactly. That's how our children see. That's how our children go by.
But
that's what they listen to.
But why? Do I think YG meant to do it respectfully? Absolutely not. Do I think the homies that were at the video thought it was disrespectful? No, them fools are just trying to get on there, trying to get on.
Business.
Yeah,
it's money.
But what is it disrespectful? Yeah, it's disrespectful, dude. That would be like, imagine.
How you gonna say YG didn't meant to do it? The dudes that was there, I don't think they meant to do that. But then all of a sudden you saying disrespectful. Which one is it, American Cholo? Which one is it? Then you remember that they were talking about the media aspect. Well, do you know how we got that particular way in the media and how people pay attention to us? Because we fought back. We fought back. That's what it is. Nobody respects somebody that just keep their head down and work hard. People respect people that stand up. People respect people that die for their causes. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't just wake up one day and get that kind of attention. See, and that's a lot of it, too, with some of these other groups. They get pissed off that when we open our mouth, everybody listen. Well, why is that? Y'all can do the same thing that we did, but you choose not to. Let's continue.
Misfit, putting a shadiki on, right? African attire.
With an afro.
Yeah, with the afro, with a bunch of black ladies and Bloods and Crips, and he's talking about Shaniqua instead of Maria.
Hey, that would be all I wore. They will go all off.
Yeah.
Racist. He's racist. He's this.
You know what, dog? The way I see it, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to trip. The blacks are allowed to say whatever they want. They're basically the only ones that can yell racism. So when they do it, it's all right.
But when we do it, it's not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay.
Then what it is, it has to be even playfield.
They feel they have the right to call people out on anything they want, and nobody can tell them anything because they're black.
So what does that make them? Because they're black, they're untouchable?
To them, they feel like they went through slavery. They have the civil rights issues, that they're the ones that been persecuted their whole lives. To them.
Right. So you heard that. So now he mentioned the Hollywood thing and all of that. And that's where the influence at. Once again, it goes back to what I said earlier. They have no influence in their community. None. Nobody. Listen, if the YG situation or the Tiger situation would have never came up, we probably wouldn't even paid attention to who this dude is. We do not think about what this dude is talking about at all. But since everybody is paying attention now to other groups and what they say about us and how they're coming across, you understand what I'm saying? Now he getting the attention that he want. American Cholo, now you getting the attention that you want. And I don't think in the end you gonna really want that kind of attention, bro. I don't think you want it. And 9 times out of 10, from what I can feel, if we press him pretty hard, I give him a week or two. Before he up there, I ain't trying to be like that. No. I think we need to press him because people and make an example out of American Cholo because people like him is a problem. And people, of course, once again, I'm not saying American Cholo represents all people in the Mexican community. I'm not saying that. There's a lot of Mexican people that rock with us, heavy, and that's great. I support them. They support me, and they've been supporting me for a long time. But dudes like American Cholo that's disrespectful like that, nah, we gotta check that, because we done way too much for y'all, assisting y'all, speaking up for y'all when y'all didn't have no numbers here at all, and then now you get your little numbers up, you get your weight up, now you want to start disrespecting black folk. You never talk about them white folk though. You never say nothing about them. They the one is got your homeland looking the way it is right now. It's not black folk. They the one is contributing to all the cartel things that's going on in your country. In Mexico, guns are illegal, but the cartel got the best of the best. Where they getting the guns from? They're getting the guns from America. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't y'all calling that out? I just saw a story where the cartel had chopped off 6 people's heads and put them on a car. You know what I'm saying? But you worrying about black folk. You need to be worrying about your homeland. The last thing you need to worry about is what YG say and what freaking Tiger say. When you got dudes in there chopping bodies up in your homeland and you could worry about what we talking about? Bro, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand that vitriol toward black America. We ain't done crap to y'all. Nothing. And y'all still want to be disrespectful to black America. But you start bringing up stuff in his homeland or what's going on over there, and they're going to start crying foul. I told y'all don't want to play this game with black America, because you already admit that we got the gift of gab. We got the ears of the people all over the world, not just America, but all over the world. Do you really want us to start airing you out like that? I think you should keep warning y'all. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop, because we press y'all and we just expose what's going on in your homeland. You're going to be crying foul real quick. Oh, that's not fair and all that. No. You poked the bear. You poked it. And now when the bear responds, now you want to cry. Now let's get to the second part of this. This part is very, very important here, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this.
What they did, or what they're doing after America, I'm like, they're doing the right thing, brother. Why? Because they're getting attention to their causes. Whether you agree,
no, they speak up for themselves. No dispute about that. No, there are some that are really, really articulate with their words and know how to express themselves, and they, doing the right things. But then there's other blacks that just don't give a rat's ass, and they feel like, oh, we went through slavery, we went through this and this. I hate to tell you this, but I don't know any slaves alive left.
Now, that sounds like white supremacist talking points right there. But actually, according to the 13th Amendment of the Constitution, it says that you can be enslaved in America if you are in prison. And guess what? There's a lot of Mexicans who are slaves today. Yes, just like they are black people. But if you actually read the Constitution, you would know that.
You know what I mean? That I know.
Well, no, that's yes and no. That could sound insensitive, but the thing is, they have gone through all kind of shit. They've been. The only difference between us and them is we don't speak up. And
that's it right there. What he just said. That's it. That you refuse to speak up. And then when you want to speak up, you're speaking against us. We not the one got you in the conditions, bruh. Like, why everybody want to speak up on us? Like, beyond which, that's too easy to do. So people like this guy, American Cholo, like I said, that's where the stem of the jealousy comes from, is that they are afraid to speak up. Now, I was told, one person told me that a lot of them are afraid to speak up because they feel that if they start getting too much attention and the American government want to start going at them, they'll start deporting their family members. Well, that's a risk you're going to have to take if you want to stand up for yourself, right? But I want you to listen to a conversation he had with his wife. Listen to this.
And the why we don't speak up, I was out to dinner with my wife yesterday, and we're talking about something like this, right? And she's like, yeah, but because, and we all say it, and we all kind of feel the same way. Chicanos, Mexicanos, we work, we don't complain, we just do our shit. I said, yeah.
Oh, here we go with that we work hard situation. Oh, Lord.
But how's that been working out for us? Political wise, movement wise? How has us been? I'm done.
Get left in the back burner.
Yeah, I'm done being quiet, because what we are is, like I said before, we're that hardworking fucking Latino, Chicano, Mexican, whatever you want to call them. Hardworking guys who work at the company for 20 years, have never asked for a raise, and the boss is just, he ain't asked me for a raise. Fuck, he's content. And then you got this other guy who came in there, hasn't worked as much, is kind of lazy, and he keeps.
Oh, here we go with the lazy thing, boy. I don't know what it is with some of these immigrants with the word lazy. Why does it bother you if somebody is lazy? Why does it bother you? Oh, if you work so hard, then you should be achieving. How come a so-called lazy guy get more pay than you? Because you didn't know this thing called closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard? That's what it is. You keep your mouth shut. You don't say anything. You put your nose down. You work hard. You know, like they love that work hard situation. I'm getting to that here in a minute.
Saying, I need a raise, I need this, and he keeps giving it to them. Just because we're the hard workers, like, fuck it, they're not asking. But you know what? I'm asking, dude. We need to get put on. We need to fucking start making our voice be heard. We need to start fucking letting people know, hey, dude, we have an issue too. And it's not that we're fucking whining.
Not even just that, just talking about it, dude. Just.
All right. So when you do speak up, you're speaking up at us. You're speaking up at us. Oh, why you don't give me what black people get? Why don't you go speak to white supremacy? That's the one you need to be talking to. Don't tell us anything. Don't be looking at why they getting their reparations. Why they not even getting to that video about the reparations video. Not yet. I wanted to focus on this today. That is the root of the jealousy of people like American Cholo. Okay, he's jealous that black people got a voice. He's jealous that their kids in their culture follow us, rock with us, want to do what we do. That's what it is for him. He can't stand it. He can't stand that black folks can speak and make the world move. And then something like, for instance, why did American Cholo go run off of his mouth when his children was being put in freaking cages on that border? Where was American Cholo then? See, American Cholo was quiet as a freaking mouse while kids in his community being put in freaking cages. Then you gonna have the Congressional Black Caucus going they behind down there. Where was American Cholo? Why he didn't go his behind down there? Why he didn't go host some shows down there? Why isn't he down there now? He's sitting up in the lap of luxury in America on a podcast. He didn't build anything in America. He didn't build the infrastructure of America. He ain't trying to help his own people. But every time you look up, he got something to say or complaining on black folk. Why don't you stop talking about black folk and get your behind down there to the border or go into your homeland and fix your homeland? But then at the same time, people like American Cholo will be complaining. They had an article that said Americans are going to Mexico City, a lot of them, and they're changing the landscape. In other words, like prices are going up. They've been putting in Pilates studios, expensive coffee shops. Basically, a lot of people from California that went down there, and they try to turn Mexico City to California. That's basically what's happening. Of course, the California people have been getting a bad name everywhere because the California people, a lot of them, and listen, shout out to the people from California. It's not, and let me make sure I say this. It's not black people from California that's doing this, because black people, a lot of them don't have the capital to move it like that. We talking about them folks. But everywhere the California people have been flooding, they've been raising the prices because they're willing to pay overinflated prices for everything. I don't understand that. For instance, like in Texas, if the house is $300,000, why are you willing to pay $800,000? Because when they appraise that house, it's not going to be appraised to what you bought it for. It's going to be appraised to what it's worth. And you're really going to lose so much money by doing that. But, you're going to find out the hard way. Even in Lisbon, Portugal, a lot of locals are complaining on California people over there, too, because they're doing the exact same thing. You would think sell a house in California, come to a place like Texas or Lisbon, Portugal, and buy it at those prices, then that's when you win. But no, I don't understand these people in California. But anyway, so they're upset that a lot of Americans are coming in. I'm like, see, well, how many years have y'all came to our country? How many years? And it wasn't a few of y'all. It's not millions of people flooding freaking Mexico City. You don't have 200,000 Americans going to Mexico City every month. But how many thousands upon thousands of people is at our border every month? You understand? And so when we say something, yeah, because it's a lot of people. It's not like a few. And then most Americans, just realistically, they're not going to move out of America. Most of them won't. But some people who got, like I say, who can afford to, and more people who's probably thinking different, they may do that or whatever, right? So it's a problem when Americans come to Mexico City, but it's not a problem when you come into, L.A., you coming to Houston, you coming to Dallas, you coming to Chicago, you going to all of our cities, but it's a problem when we show up to yours. And them folks over there trying to gentrify the city, just be honest with you. It ain't us, it's them. Them folks making them speak English now. They say the waiters are speaking more English now. They're jacking the price up. Them folks, like I said, when they come places, I told y'all a long time ago, them folks, when they come somewhere, they're not coming to live with you. They're coming to get you out of there because that's their mentality. They do not want to live with nobody. They want to make sure it's all dominated by them. But American Cholo's biggest issue with Black America is his culture doesn't respect him. He's not relevant to his own people. That's what it is. That's just what it is. And sir, jealousy is an ugly thing. It's ugly. It's ugly, man. It's just ugly, ugly, ugly. You know, if you got a problem with your youth, why don't you embrace your culture? Why don't you embrace it? Why don't you try to put on people and do your music? You know what I'm saying? Instead of complaining about Tiger and what he got going on, or complaining about YG. But see, what it is that we are done carrying the water for other people because they don't reciprocate and they don't respect it. We just talking about as a collective, not individuals who rock with us. No, we talking about as a collective, and that we have to be honest about that. Collectives of all groups got a big issue about Black America, and a lot of it is because we fought back against white supremacy and still fighting back against white supremacy. Most of these other groups put their head down and work hard. That's all, and they get abused and everything else. They don't get paid right constantly. But they look up at a Black American and say, I ain't doing all that. And you gonna pay me too, because you're not gonna treat me any kind of way. And they get upset that we open our mouth and we get what we want. We don't get everything we want when we speak up. But doggone it, if you never say nothing, how you gonna get anything? They get pissed off to watch you in the street talking about George Floyd. Because in their mind, they didn't have people in their community killed by the police too. And they don't say a freaking word. They just go back to work and work hard. How is it Black people issues always talked about? Because Black people get in the street. Black people open their mouth. Black people are very loud in what they're saying. Why don't you do the same thing in your community? Instead of worrying about a freaking music video, worry about those issues in your community. But see, if I had to talk with American Cholo, I'd be like, hey, what's up with Sheriff Villanueva then? I said, why that dude running whole white supremacist gangs out here, let's say in L.A. County? What's up with that? There's a whole lot of questions I could ask American Cholo. See, I wouldn't put up with him 2 seconds because please. American Cholo do not, like I said, he would not want it with me because I know everything that goes on in his homeland. That conversation wouldn't last 2 seconds. Ain't nothing Pookie and Ray Ray doing in America compared to what's going on in his homeland. He, like I say, American Cholo, look, bro. I don't know if you're gonna hear this video or not, but you just you need to go ahead and back off, bro. Back off, because you don't you don't want to dance like this, bro. Not with us. It's way too much stuff going on in your homeland for you to be complaining about a freaking thing about us. Enjoy the what you live in here in America. Enjoy it. You know, raise your family, do your thing. If you got a problem, complain to white supremacy. Don't come at us. Like I said, we still trying to fight for what we need in this country. But you coming to us and with this demand man, please. And then last, not least for sure, you just mad that brothers can make your culture sound better than you. That's really a lot of it too. Why don't you go show the brothers about how the originators of, and we won't go to the originators of their culture. We can talk about how all this stuff is influenced by Africans. Every bit of it, even the food they're eating, it's all inspired by Africans, all of it. And anybody that knows their history can tell you that. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the podcast. This morning, greatly appreciated. Make sure you click that subscribe button. That way, when we post another podcast, click the like button to help it spread in the algorithm. Like I said, we greatly thank everybody on this weekend for sure. Once again, for being here. I know you didn't have to come here, but you did. So we'll see you on the next one.